I know y'all been waiting to hear my thoughts on last night's debate. I was not going to watch the debate because my mind is made up. Mm-hmm. I don't care if they will Joe Biden in on a stretcher, on a gurney, in a wheelchair. I don't care. I'm voting for Joe Biden. I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock. I played Candy Crush till about 6 o'clock. I turned on the TV to start getting the highlights and hearing the political commentary from Morning Joe and the team. Mika Brzezinski, Joe Scarborough, and the rest of them, right? From 6 a.m. when the show started to about 7 a.m. At about 7 a.m., I was fed up with hearing Joe Scarborough, Mika Brzezinski, hearing them all rail on Joe Biden and his horrible performance, his terrible performance at last night's debate. They just ripped Joe Biden apart. They talked about how he looked feeble. They talked about how he sounded incoherent at times. They said that he never rebutted Donald Trump's lies. They railed on Joe Biden till 7 a.m. And I got up and I said, no way. I have got to see this for myself. So I got up, took me a shower, put on my little PJs, got me a cup of coffee, and I said, if I'm going to watch this debate, I'm going to watch it live so everybody can see what I have to say, what my reaction is, da-da-da-da-da-da. And a whole bunch of you joined me this morning over on TikTok and over on the U to the Tubi. We watched the debate. 3 hours it took me to get through that debate because, of course, I cannot allow Trump to spew lies and I not correct the lie. Right? I had to see for myself how terrible Joe Biden's performance was. Nicole Wallace, I saw a clip of her before I logged in, talking about how from the first question, Joe Biden was terrible. Even Joy-Ann Reid was talking about how terrible Joe Biden's performance was. It's a fucking travesty how news media is portraying Joe Biden's performance at that debate. For 1 hour, I listened to the Morning Joe crew rip Joe Biden apart. And what did they have to say about Donald Trump's performance? Trump lied. That's all they had to say for that first hour of me watching Morning Joe. Trump lied. They said it maybe a couple of times. But the rest of it was them ripping Joe Biden apart. Imagine my surprise when I watched the entire debate with my own 2 eyes and my own 2 ears, and I realized what fucking liars news media is and how they're portraying Joe Biden's performance. It's a fucking travesty. If you did not watch that debate for yourself, I highly suggest You watch the debate for yourself, because the commentators on Morning Joe, they are fucking liars. Joy Reid and Nicole Wallace, from what I saw, the little clips that I saw of them, they're fucking liars. Did Joe Biden stutter? Yes, we all know he suffers from a speech impediment. We know that he sometimes mumbles because of that speech impediment. Did that come into play? Yes, absolutely. Is Joe Biden old? Yes, Joe Biden is old. I saw that last night. I've seen it for the past 3.5 years. He was old before he took office. Did he have blank stares on his face? Absolutely. My interpretation of that blank stare is because he's focusing on the fucking lies that are coming out of Donald Trump's mouth. He can't believe the fucking lies that are coming out of Donald Trump's mouth. He's trying to decide how he is going to respond to Donald Trump's lies. Because, yes, Joe Biden rebutted Donald Trump's lies. News media is saying he didn't rebut Donald Trump's lies. That is a fucking lie. Joe Biden did rebut Donald Trump's lies. Did he mumble? As I said, yes. But you can, if you're a competent individual, you can understand the context of his response to the question. Joe Biden answered the questions with competence. I don't understand what they saw versus what I saw. Donald Trump fucking lied from the beginning to the end. Donald Trump did not answer a question. Period. They had to repeatedly ask him the question over and over and over again in an attempt to get him to answer questions. He didn't. The blank stare on Joe Biden's face a lot of times was shock at the level that this orange buffoon would lie. It is a fucking travesty how news media is trying to portray Joe Biden's performance. I didn't expect Joe Biden to come out on the stage doing cartwheels. I expected to see an old man responding to questions, answering questions, who has a speech impediment, who stutters. That's what I expected to see. It's a fucking travesty how MSNBC is trying to portray Joe Biden's performance. It really is. I thought I was going to log in and see a man on just ready to die. The way they are talking about this man's performance. And all they had to say about Donald Trump in the hour that I watched, a full hour of them ripping Joe Biden apart, was that Trump lied. If you weren't able to participate in my live, you can re-watch the full live over on the YouTube, the Tubi. It's over there. With all of my commentary, with all of my interruptions, with me fact-checking Donald Trump, because the moderators didn't. The moderators were terrible. Terrible. And they have projected that on to Joe Biden. It's a fucking travesty. If you have not watched the debate for yourself, watch it for yourself. What news media is doing is tragic. And it is unfair to the American people.